Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. Hello. It's Cindy here. Thank you for being here. It is the day before my 56th birthday. Happy birthday to me tomorrow. I mean, we got to live it up when we can, right? Right. So I will be 56 tomorrow. And I am often asked, how I often get funny looks when people realize I'm 56. I mean, I think 56 is young. I don't view this as an older age, but I do get people surprised that I am as old as I am. And knock on wood, I haven't colored my hair ever once yet. And there's gray. I mean, those of you on YouTube watching this, there are some gray hairs in there. There have been for many years, 12 years, 15 years, I don't know. And I keep getting more and more, but I haven't started coloring my hair yet. So I like that I'm aging slowly around gray hair, at least, although some people have the most beautiful gray hair. I mean, so I'm hoping that mine will come in and look really lovely as I've seen other people's, and I'll just keep it. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so I've been talking about aging all week because, of course, with a birthday coming up, aging is on my mind. And I thought of something today. When I was 14 years old, I was out with some of my friends, lived in Harlan, Iowa at the time. I was a freshman in high school. And I was out with some friends, and this guy came along that was friends with one of my older friends. And he sat down and he said, "How old are you?" And I said, "Well, how old do you think I am?" I was 14 at the time. And I knew this guy was probably in college or something. So I was being a little flirtatious. "Well, how old do you think I am?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know, 17, 18." And I said, "Oh no, I'm only 14." And he couldn't believe it. He thought I was older, right? And I loved that. I thought, "Ooh, he thinks I'm older than 14. I like that." And now, I think it's fun the opposite when people ask me how old I am and I say I'm 56, which is what I will be tomorrow. And they say, "You're kidding. You don't look a day over 40 or 45. I've heard that. I've heard 35. I've heard, who knows? I mean, whatever. I I happen to embrace aging. So far, I still am. And so if aging is a challenge for you, if you're like not liking it and you're finding yourself resisting it, please go back and listen to the podcast this week, because on Monday I talked about what the two things that I think are two of the greatest gifts that come with aging. And then Wednesday I talked about how to age well and my biggest anti-aging secret I've got. And so I'm hoping those will be helpful to you. And today I want to talk to you about granting yourself permission in life, granting yourself permission. Because here's the deal, the longer we live, the longer we live, the fewer years we have left to live the earthly human experience, right? And so, there's things people put off, right? We say, "Oh, someday I'll do that," or "Someday I'll go there," or "Maybe I'll give that a try eventually," or "I hope to this, blank, blank, blank," right? Whatever those are for you. Think of them right now. What are you putting off? What haven't you done yet? Like, what's on your bucket list that's still hanging on that bucket list and has been on that bucket list for 6 months, a year, a decade, longer? What have you not given yourself permission yet to do? So, because again, what are you waiting for? Like, who are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? The time is now. You are alive, and I hope well right now. So this is the time to give ourselves permission to do whatever we want and whatever really aligns with who we are. Okay. So I want to put you through a little activity here if you're able. So either think of how you would fill these blanks in your mind, or if you are able, if you're sitting and you have a journal or a notebook handy and you want to write down your responses to this would be a good time to get a pen and paper. Okay. So this is a permission granting exercise. And I did this with my coaching group, like, I don't know, maybe a year ago, many months ago. And the women really loved it. It was something they responded strongly to. And some of them turned it into a daily practice. So they would really get into that flow of giving themselves permission every day to really honor where they were at every day and what they needed every day. Okay, so put at the top of your paper or think in your mind right now if you're driving or not able to write or don't want to. Today, I grant myself permission to, okay, today I grant myself permission to, and then underneath, number one, ask for blank. Today, you grant yourself permission to ask for blank. Maybe it's a raise at work. Maybe it's for help with cleaning up the kitchen tonight. Maybe it's to ask for more quality time in your relationship. Who knows? But you're giving yourself permission to ask for blank. Okay. Next one, today, at the top, today I grant myself permission to. Number two, say yes to blank. What could that be? What do you need to say yes to? What do you want to give yourself permission to say yes to? Maybe it's yes to going out on a date this weekend. Maybe it's saying yes to taking that trip with a friend you've been talking about taking. Maybe it's saying yes to joining a new organization or a new nonprofit and working on a project. Maybe you're giving yourself permission to say yes to buying yourself that outfit or that experience that you've been wanting to have. Okay, so what are you going to give yourself permission to say yes to today? Okay, number three, what are you going to give yourself permission to say no to today? Today, I grant myself permission to say no to what? Say no to the request to help out at your church this weekend at the event. Say no to a friend who is asking for money. To say no to someone who wants you to move further sexually in a relationship and you're not ready for that. To say no to your kid who's expecting you to, take care of their kids all weekend. Whatever it is, say no to your doctor who is trying to get you to take a medication that you don't feel safe about. I don't know. These things are just coming up in my mind. What do you need to say no to? What do you want to give yourself permission to say no to today? Okay, and then the last one, number 4, today I grant myself permission to be, do, or have what? Today, maybe you give yourself permission to be late for work so you can have a longer breakfast with your spouse. Today, you give yourself permission to do some long overdue organizing in your home or office that would feel really, really good to you to get a great handle on. Or today you grant yourself permission to have that conversation that has been lingering and waiting for your time and attention. Okay, so I want you to give yourself permission. I mean, you're aging, life is slipping us by, right? Slipping by us. We don't want to wait. So give yourself permission to ask for what you need and want today. Say yes to what you want to say yes to today. Say no to what you want to say no to today. And give yourself permission to be, do, or have anything that you want. And when you are this honest with yourself and you honor yourself this much, as you keep clicking along in your life, you will feel happier. You will be healthier, and the aging process will not be this insurmountable, ain't it awful kind of thing in your life. You will start to feel better about your life in all areas, and then you'll see more gifts in this, these wisdom years, these second chapter years, whatever you want to call them, your retirement years, whatever they are for you, the second half of your life or whatever. You'll begin to have a more compatible relationship with aging and slow that process down so you can enjoy life to the fullest longer and longer. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with those that you think would also benefit from what we're doing here. And I will talk to you again soon.